Hey girlies, it's your girl back with another video. We are doing a chat get ready with me. I have a lot to update you guys on. I also have I went to Maxx today. I want to share with you guys what I got. So yeah, if you're interested, then just stay tuned. If you're new here, my name is Karina. I do a lot of chit chat get ready with me's. I do a lot of like makeup related content. Sometimes I do vlogs. I really hope that you'd subscribe if you haven't already. And also give this video a like by the end of it or right now if you just want to support. That really helps me out with like the algorithm and stuff. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Some of you guys already know, but basically I was a nail tech for the length of 5 years, full-time for the length of 3 years, and I'm officially closed that chapter in my life. It was actually a long time coming, which is really crazy because if you asked me like 3 years ago, would I have the same mentality around it that I have now, I probably wouldn't have believed you because I was feeling just completely different about the whole situation. But anyways, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm not really doing anything today. It's already late. I still wanted to do a couple things. I want to play again with my Danessa Maxx palette, so we're gonna be using this today and just a couple other things that I've been wanting to keep messing around with. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So I did already prep and prime my face. Now I'm gonna go in with these two foundations. It had been a while since I tried this one and I don't know at first. I think I probably got a shade that was a little bit too yellow maybe. And this one I think is a little too orange. So I was like, let me not waste a foundation and let me just mix them together. Sometimes I forget that I don't need to get like another shade of the same foundation. I can just go into my drawers and see what else I can mix together to get it to work. And then the formulas on these are also different. So I'm like, maybe, because I think this one pulls a little bit more dewy and this one pulls a little bit more natural matte-ish. So I think maybe these together will be like ideal. And actually, I'm actually cheating because I actually already tried this morning for church today and I loved how this has been wearing on my skin. So we're just gonna go ahead and do it again. But anyways, where do I start? I did put some notes down just to kind of guide me through the conversation so I don't forget about certain things. But the main one being is I officially closed the nail tech thing. So I mentioned it a while back, I think, that I wanted to start looking for corporate jobs. And so I didn't really know how long that was gonna take, like how long it was gonna take for me to actually find something. My goal was to be out of my nail suite by like September. That was like at the latest. So, you know, it's July now, so we're definitely way ahead of schedule, which is nice. Do I want to go into details about that whole situation? I don't know. Maybe one day I will go into it. I feel like right now it's just a little fresh and I'm like still like feel the way about it, and that's okay. Everything happens for a reason, but also I feel like it happened at the perfect time because I feel like I was starting to get like, I just wasn't as motivated. I wasn't feeling as in love with the craft anymore, which I really hate to say because I love doing nails, I really do. But I think sometimes when you take something that is your hobby and you turn that into your career and something that you now live off of, it becomes work. It's not so much something that, like, I still love it. So it's just like, I don't know, it's weird thinking about it, but I still love it, but I wasn't as excited like I used to be anymore. Sometimes I would just be so tired. Sometimes I would have clients, they'll show me the sets that they wanted and they would be like these super extravagant and elaborate sets with designs and all types of intricacies. In my head, I'd just be like, now I have to do all of that. I don't know. I think it just came at a perfect time because I don't really know how else to describe it. I just wasn't feeling the fire and passion into it like I was before. So I think sometimes you just start to feel things inside. You need to let those feelings guide you versus forcing things that you don't really align with anymore. For me, I always knew that I didn't want to make being a nail tech my long-term career. Like I knew it was something that it was just good and it fit for my life for the time being. I just didn't know how fast or how long it would take before the next part or the next step in my life would come about. And I feel like we're here, like we're literally here. I started applying for jobs and I got a call back about this job within like 2 months. I think honestly within like a month that I applied for it, which honestly took me by surprise because I wasn't really sure how long to expect a callback or denial. There were also instances where I would apply for a job and I would get an email back within like a week or two and it'd be like, oh yeah, we chose somebody else for the position, which is, you know, fine obviously. But for this job that I got, I heard back within a month And then it was interesting because the HR person hit me up. I was supposed to have a meeting or an interview with the recruiter first, and then I didn't hear back from them for like a week. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe they hired somebody else. So I didn't know what to really think about them in that time being. But then I got this other call from this other recruiter, same company, different position, different team, right? I got a call from the recruiter from that side, and we set up the interview, spoke with the recruiter. That went really, really well. And then I had another call with the hiring manager for that position. And that one was a little bit more like, almost a little bit more harder for me. And it's already hard for me to do interviews. I get super nervous, y'all. I get so nervous. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that I had that first interview because it really helped me practice, and it helped me be more prepared for future ones. You know, it helped me know what to expect for future ones too. And also like the types of questions, because depending on like who you're interviewing with, you're gonna have different types of questions. So now I was able to see what questions to expect from recruiters versus like hiring managers or department heads, supervisors, whatever. But anyways, the second interview with that first hiring manager, it was a video Teams video interview, and it just felt like she didn't even feel like being there. Like I was like, I don't know, I didn't really like her attitude, and I feel like as a hiring manager, you don't have to be nice to me, but you at least have to be polite. And maybe she was polite, I just didn't really like how her face was looking. I don't want to come off too judgy, but it just wasn't feeling like she was enjoying her time interviewing, which I understand. Like I don't know if I was like the 10th, 12th, 17th person that she'd interviewed, but I just feel like you don't want to make the person that you're hiring feel a certain type of way being there. It felt weird. I ended up hearing back from that position, and I didn't get that position, which I was really upset about because that was a position that I really wanted for whatever reason. I don't really know why I really wanted that position, but then I remember I prayed to God, and I was like, you know, whatever is for me will be for me. If I don't get this one, there will be another one, and it'll be okay. But it was very hard when I found out that I didn't get that one position. Let me go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera and then be right back. Eyebrows are on, and I also prepped my eyelid. I put some concealer and then set it with some light nude eyeshadow. Where was I? I was talking about it being hard that I didn't get that first position that I really wanted. But then I think I was just praying a lot. I remember going to church one time, and the pastor said, he said, sometimes when you pray, you don't have to pray for the things that you want. You just have to present the need. I don't know why that hit hard so much for me. So I was just praying. And then remember the recruiter that I didn't hear back from, they finally got back to me, and they were like, oh, I apologize for the delay. That they were like, basically the HR department was going through some changes, so they were just getting it together. So anyways, we set up the interview with the panel of, I guess, directors, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna be a hiring manager or who. The company I work for, so I work for this company, but they have a partnership with this other company, so I like work for both, if that makes sense. So I had the interview with that recruiter, and then the second interview with the panel of directors, and it was like 4 people on that call. And I was like, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but they were really, really nice for that interview, and I was really happy that that was the case because you just never know what to expect, right? And so they were just asking me questions about my last role. Thankfully, the job that I worked at previously, when I worked for corporate, like before the nail thing, a lot of the experience that I had for that company transferred over for this company because it's like within the same industry. I was very knowledgeable about like how the business worked, so that really helped a lot and played to my advantage. I was very thankful for that. So that interview went really well, and there was only one question that I felt like really tripped me up, and like my mind blanked for like 5 seconds, and then I like got myself together and we pulled it out. So I wasn't really sure what to expect from that interview because of that. The whole interview can go really good, and then that one question, I was just overthinking it or whatever. But then the recruiter got back to me. She was like, hey Karina, or I emailed the people back and I just thanked them for their time or whatever. And then the recruiter got back to me. She was like, thank you so much, Karina. Please stay tuned for next steps. And I was like, next steps? So sometimes they'll tell you, oh, we'll let you know about next steps or whatever. But it was just the undertone was giving like, you got it, right? Oh wait, no. I had another interview actually with the other side of the business. Right. I was like getting it mixed up because the second interview went really good. Like that one was like super good. First and second interview with the recruiter and the panel of directors, and then the third interview was with the people from the other side of the business. That one was the one where I had that one question where I tripped up. But so I wasn't really sure, you know, like what if I was gonna like get the job or whatever. And so then I emailed them saying thank you for their time, and then the recruiter said, please stay tuned for next steps. So I was like, it was just, the undertone was giving that I had the job, but I didn't want to celebrate too soon, you know, because I just didn't know. Really fast, I'm gonna go in with my Danessa Myricks. This is the Freedom palette, and I'm gonna be going in with this brown shade first, and I'm gonna put that in my crease, and that's gonna be my transition shade. I'm gonna be going in with the purple tones today. I did this eye look yesterday, or was it Friday or was it yesterday? I can't remember, but it came out really cute, so we're just gonna redo that. But anyways, I didn't want to celebrate too soon, right? Because you just never know with, like, you know, these corporate companies. I was like waiting for like a few days, and then the recruiter finally got back to me. He was like, hey Karina, we're just waiting on feedback from one more person. He sent me that text message on Friday, and then he was like, I'm gonna try and get it back today, but if not, we'll get back to you on Monday. And so they finally end up getting back to me on Monday with the confirmation that I got the job. I was so excited, y'all. I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. Actually, I could believe it because I'm very capable. I'm just very hard on myself sometimes, and I feel like I just cast doubt onto myself sometimes a lot, especially with like professional settings. Yeah, I don't know why I do that, but this was something that I was actually super like confident about, that I can perform and do whatever it is that this job would require, because I have the experience, I have the knowledge, and I also know my work ethic. Like, I feel like if anything, pivoting in my 20s to a completely different career doing the nails proved to me that I can really do anything I set my mind to. Like, literally, I feel like low-key I've always felt that this way about myself. Like, I know that anything that I really care about and like I really want to put all my all into, like, I'm gonna kill it. Like, that's just what it is. So period. I know that going forward now with my new position, that's just gonna be what it is. Period. I hate that I say period so much, but that's just gonna be what it is. I know me and I know what I'm capable of, and now it's just time to show up and show out. So now I'm gonna go in with this purple shade, and we're gonna put that all into like the outer V, like the outer last third of the eye. It's gonna be like a purple smoky moment is what I'm trying to create. But anyways, I got the job. I was so excited. My fiance was so happy for me. My mom was so happy. My parents were so happy. Justin's parents were so happy for me. Everybody was just so happy for me, as it should be. It was really sad because I knew I finally had to tell all my clients, like, hey y'all, like, this is it. Some clients I was closer to, so I would tell more of my business to them, and so I would tell them, hey, like, I'm looking for a job, this and that, blah blah blah, like, I'll let y'all know when things change. And so it's like we all saw it coming, but we weren't really sure when it was gonna happen, you know. As I was having clients, some of them I would tell, hey, like, I got a job, or like, hey, this is my last week, or hey, whatever. I finally had to make the post on my Instagram because I couldn't no longer accept no more appointments. Like, I needed people to know that they can no longer book with me, that they can no longer plan ahead with me doing their nails in mind, you know. So I made a post on Instagram just so that anybody who saw my page could know, like, I'm not gonna be able to service clients any longer. I wrote the post, and I was actually kind of sad for a little bit. Like, when I posted it, I actually started crying, and I didn't think I was gonna cry, but I'm just a naturally like very emotional person, and I think I just got really emotional because I was like grieving like this era of my life. Actually, I'm like super blessed for all of it. I got to meet a lot of amazing people. I've become friends with some of my clients, so I'm definitely very grateful for all of it. And then for a while, I also wasn't sure if I was gonna do it like on the side. I just felt like it was just gonna be a lot working full-time corporate, and then I wasn't sure if I was actually gonna want to spend my free time doing nails, because I really want to focus on content and YouTube and, you know, doing this thing. So I came to the conclusion that I had to prioritize what I actually really wanted. There was like a few clients that I was like, no, I can still do your nails, because there were certain clients that I just became a lot closer with. So there was like 3 of them that I was like, you know, I can still do y'all's nails, because even if it was just three a month, it wouldn't be so consistent that it would be like taking up all of my time. I'm gonna go ahead and finish blending this and then be right back. Okay, I just finished blending the purple, and as you can see, I kept it on the outer and I blended it into the middle part of my eye. And now we're gonna go in with this purple shimmer shade, and we're gonna use that to blend the middle of it. So I'm just gonna go with my finger and I'm gonna place that on the center of my eye. it'll almost like create like an ombre moment between, like the purple and the more nude part of the eye. If you ever have the privilege of trying a Danessa Myricks shimmer, oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna leave this like this. I don't know how I still want to make nails a part of my life still. Obviously, I'll still do all of my nails still. I kept all of my stuff just because I think I still do want to do my own nails, so maybe I'll still do that and make content that way on my nail page. I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline. This is the Firework mascara. This is so good. I don't know why people be sleeping on drugstore mascaras. Drugstore mascaras hit. I'm gonna go ahead and put my falsies on and then be right back. Lashes are on. Can we take a moment for the eyes? Look at how magical. So pretty. The shimmer with the purple is just like chef's kiss. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Il Makiage concealer. I've really been really enjoying my Il Makiage concealer, so if you keep seeing it, that's why. But anyways, back to the conversation. So I don't know where I left off, but I do want to talk about how just the mindset shift when I first started doing nails, and when I first discovered that I could do more, I could make more for my time than I was at the time. You know, doing nails, I was super excited to be able to make my own schedule. I was super excited what my schedule would look like, because when you do nails, you don't always have a client first thing in the morning, you know. So sometimes you do get the chance to have a slow morning, or go to the gym in the morning if you want to, go get groceries in the morning if you want to. And mind you, the rest of the world operates off of like 9 to 5 time. Usually, like most of the time, like most of the rest of the world operates on 9 to 5 time, meaning that they work from the hours of 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever the case might be, but it's usually within that time frame. And so when you're able to do like all of the mundane things, as in like go to the gym, go get groceries, during those times, it is so peaceful because nobody is there. Well, it's people still be there, and sometimes they'll show up to TJ Maxx on a Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you're trying to figure out why are so many people there, but it don't be as full as it is on the weekends, you know. So it is significantly less active during the week, during the day. So that was something that I really did appreciate, and I still do. I'm gonna miss that part of, you know, what my life used to look like. I also really liked that I could make my own schedule. So if I wanted to work more and make more money, I would just schedule more clients, open my availability so that more people could book. So I really liked that. And I think I got to a point where I was like, oh, actually I also did my taxes this year, and I, you know, took into account all of my expenses and everything, and how much it actually costs me to operate versus how much I was making. And I'm not making what I thought I was making. Yes, I might charge X amount, but I don't see all of that. I have to spend a lot of money on overhead, like my suite rent, supplies that I'm constantly using, constantly having to buy more of. The next new thing comes out, so I have to make sure I have all of the new gel polishes that are popular, the cat eye gel polishes. I spent like over, I don't even know how much on cat eye gel polishes recently that I didn't even get to use on clients because I stopped doing nails. But yeah, it's like you spent a lot of money on that, on like my booking website, all types of things, and I wasn't really like keeping track all of my expenses throughout the year, so I couldn't really see the number of how much I was actually making. So finally seeing that, I realized I'm like, I'm not making enough money, or enough money to be able to really build a future that I want to build for me and my future family. So I started coming to the conclusion that it would just be best to go back corporate and find a job that would start prepping me and putting me in the right position for where I want to be in the future. And if you asked me a long time ago that I would prefer that 9 to 5 schedule, I would not have believed you, because also, like, yes, I get those slow mornings, but my fiance, he also works 9 to 5. All of my friends work 9 to 5. My parents, my family, everybody that I know works a 9 to 5 job. So like, they're planning things during those times, and sometimes like I couldn't really do during the week hangouts with my friends because I had to work on the evenings, or sometimes I had to work Saturdays because those are the days where most of the people are available to do things like doing their nails. So yes, you have the luxury and freedom to make your own schedule, but sometimes as a service provider for certain services, you have to work certain days to make the brunt of your money, you know. And for me, Saturdays were always optional because I needed that for my peace of mind, but I knew I had better months when I worked Saturdays. I didn't always work every Saturday, but I did work like every other Saturday Saturday or like 2 Saturdays out of the month. Sometimes I would try to do at least 2, but I didn't really enjoy that, you know? And so I just felt like I needed my time back. I needed my life back. And I never thought that my mindset would shift so bad. And also, when you do nails and you work for yourself, it's no such thing as PTO. Like, I feel like I hadn't really been taking trips like that because I kept thinking about how much money it was gonna be for me to spend. So not only am I like paying for like flights, whatever, you're spending money prepping for trips and whatever money you spend on the trip, but now I also take into account the money that I'm gonna be missing out on for the days that I'm gonna be missing from work. So it was just a lot of budgeting, and for me, I can do it, but it was just stressing me out to the max and I just didn't want to do it. So one of the things that I miss the most, like the thing that I miss the most, is having PTO. Paid time off. Like, it's just one of those benefits that I didn't think I would miss, and I didn't even think about it, you know? Like, I didn't think about it, but now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, wow, I'm just so excited to be able to take a vacation. That check is still gonna clear, okay? So yeah, I'm really excited. Not only is it like paid time off, but you also get insurance, 401k. My job does 401k match, where like you can invest some and then they'll match you. So like it'll end up building up a little bit higher than what you would do on your own. So it's like little things that you don't really think about or you don't really care about as much when you're younger. But now as I'm getting a little bit older, my mindset is just shifting and starting to change it, and my priorities are starting to change with it. So certain things that I didn't used to care about, I care about a lot more now. So yeah, but I'm really excited for what is like this new chapter in my life. Another change that is like not that crazy, but like me as a content creator, a beauty content creator, that I've noticed is that I'm able to try out and actually like try test makeup better now. Because before I would wear makeup to work sometimes, but it would just be like a very light foundation, just a little bit of blush, maybe just literally just that, just to like make myself look put together. But I was always working with a mask on, so a lot of my makeup would just rub off, you know? And so I couldn't really test the foundations really thoroughly because the only days that I could really wear it for extended periods of time was the weekend. So now I'm like, okay, now I can really test foundations and see which ones I really like, which ones I don't like, what combinations I like together. So that's also something that's really exciting for me as a content creator, is that I will now have better reviews for you guys. Like, I'm gonna tell you guys, I really like this, I really don't like this, these two combinations don't work together, don't get this, da da da, whatever. So I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna be going in with my Physicians Formula bronzer. I've really been enjoying this. It's a really good option from the drugstore. Oh yeah, there's another big news. We are moving. That was not on my bingo card for this year, but I was having a conversation with my mom. You know, me and Justin's 31, I'll be turning 29 this year. We sat down and talked about what it is that we really wanted. We just need to save a lot more money for those goals, and so we are moving to Burlington. Burlington is where my fiance is from and his family lives there, and so we're gonna be able to save a lot more money by living over there. So I'm really excited because now we're like taking the steps towards the life that we want, not just like going with the flow anymore, you know? I was telling Justin, like, we have to decide what we want and then commit to it. And Justin, he's obviously from there, but I'm not, and I've never experienced life over there, so I won't know what it feels like to live over there unless we both give it a try together. We're definitely gonna be living that small town life, y'all. I'll probably be coming to Charlotte for shopping days with my sisters, so I think it'll be a good thing. What else did I want to talk about? I'm gonna go in with my Kylie Cosmetics blush. This is in the shade Petal. I've really been enjoying this. Honestly, this blush formula, period, like I can wear this on top of powder and it blends super good. And I can also wear this on top of like just my skin, or like if I'm going for like a dewier look, this blends out super good for that too. So definitely 10 out of 10 for these blushes. I'm a fan for sure. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, with moving, our lease will be up soon. So we have a little bit over a month to really prep and get out of the house that we're in. I'm gonna start decluttering. I need to declutter makeup, clothes. I've been wanting to revamp my wardrobe, so I think this is just gonna give me a head start so I can clear out and make space for stuff that I actually want. I think as I'm getting older, my fashion tastes are changing a little bit. Like I can't just have a bunch of crop tops to wear, you know? I need stuff that is like cute, classy, grown, still sexy, still like very much my age appropriate. But yeah, so I'm excited to do all of that. And also when you declutter, you start to wear and use things that you actually enjoy, versus just like, oh, I'm gonna wear this because I have it, you know, versus like, oh, I'm gonna wear this because I love it. So, and same goes for makeup. I think, yes, I buy a lot of makeup to try out and test out and do all of these things, but I need to get rid of stuff that I know I don't really wear anymore. I've been rediscovering I've been going through my makeup and like looking at stuff that I hadn't touched in forever, and I found my Anastasia glow kit. This is the sugar glow kit, and I found that I actually like this one better than I like the shades in the sugar glow kit better than the one in the sun dip. The sun dip just gives more like bronzy tones, and this one gives more like strawberry pinkier tones, and I've really been into pinkier highlight recently. I think she still has this out, but the packaging has been updated, so it's still available if you guys are interested. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Gumdrop, which is this one up here, and just go over tops of my cheeks, and it just gives you a really pretty rosy glow. Do you guys see that? I love it. Oh yeah, I also wanted to share with you guys the lip combo that I tried today. So for lips, I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever lip liner. This is in the shade Wherever Walnut. I know you guys have heard about this color already. This is popular, and it's popular for a reason. I just think it's like one of the perfect, almost everyday lip liner shades that you can use and put in your combos. So I'm gonna go in with this first. So that's that. And now I'm gonna go in with this Tower 28 lip gloss. This is in the shade Oat. I'm obsessed with that. Like, it's like the perfect nude. I love it. But that's gonna be it for the makeup. Now I'm gonna show you guys what I got from TJ Maxx. Okay, so this is the first item. This knit top, so cute. I think it's like perfect for the summer. And honestly, this is also something that I can use into the fall. I really like the sleeves on it too. The next one that I got, I was really unsure about this one. This one was not in the original plan when I walked out. I only had 2 dresses that I was gonna buy, and then I saw this one and I thought it would be a perfect like beach dress to wear. So it has, this is the front, and then the back, it has like a little bit of like a thing situation there. It's a long dress and it's body conforming, and I thought this would be so cute, and I pictured this with like one of those like seashell necklaces and like a lot of accessories. I think this would be so cute. This was like my favorite one that I found. This fit me so pretty. It's another long dress. This one is also form-fitting, and I just thought it was so cute. It looks so pretty on. It's very much like date night vibes, or like birthday dinner situation. Very cute. And then this last dress, y'all don't scream or fret, but this one, it's another long dress. This is more like for church vibes, you know, because I be trying to be like very modest at the church, okay? So this was very much that vibe, but it's also very light. But even though it is very like modest, it's also like cinches you in the waist, and it just looks really cute, and I love the colors. So, and I also got some accessories. I love TJ Maxx for accessories. I love me some House of Harlow. I love also a nice cute chunky earring, so I thought this would be perfect to have some in a variety of sizes. Very cute. And then this one is also House of Harlow, but this is like a two-tone moment. I think I'm gonna dive into silver jewelry soon. I think this would be the perfect way to like, you know, put those two together. Really cute. And then I saw these. I thought these were so pretty. Very cute. I really like a good statement earring. The last item that I got was this Cetaphil daily lotion. I hope this is for the face. Yeah, this is for the face. I needed a moisturizer for every day, so I thought this was a perfect match. But yeah guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and also give this video a huge thumbs up. It would really help me out. Thank you so much for your time. If you're here to the end, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.